Goes up on the ladder. In goes Olga Louisa. The red lights are on. Set for the first on Detonator Stakes Day. Ready?
Fire!
Gates open now. They're racing. Metro Boy dwelt slightly from the inside. Seven Castles away all right. Wild on Brook and Minica had commenced well. Now Metro Boy pushes up, but Pike's also going to quickly drive up with Seven Castles and make Wild on Brook work a little. Fairview easing back, and back last of all is Olga Louisa. At the 650, Wild on Brook got to the lead. Immediately tried to slow them down, but Minica had none of that. Quickly ranged up to join it. Metro Boy slipped up on the inside as Pike came off the fence with Seven Castles. A length and a half to Fairview, and a similar margin is Olga Louisa. Into the home straight now. They're on the point of the corner. Minica on the outside of Wild on Brook. Pike goes to work on Seven Castles outside Metro Boy from Fairview and Olga Louisa. 200 left to go. Minica reaches the lead from Wild on Brook. Seven Castles. Fairview continues to run on. It's Minica. Seven Castles taking a day. Fairview cuts them down though. It's Fairview with Olga Louisa running on Fairview. Fairview has won from Olga Louisa. Minica. Seven Castles didn't offer a lot. Metro Boy battled away, and Wild on Brook dropped out to finish back there last in the small field. Number two's the winner, Fairview. The Trade Fair filly. No excuses there, Seven Castles. Trickled on out to 205 at the finish. Fairview sitting in behind it. Pike had it under some real pressure there at the 200 mark. The favourite Seven Castles. Metro Boy back inside of it as Wild on Brook was yielding ground and Minica had joined them. But Fairview over the top with Olga Louisa coming from back. Off the tail of the field, Minica kicks to run third from Seven Castles, Metro Boy. So Fairview in a race that probably didn't quite pan out the way many had expected. Takes out the David Rudland 60th birthday handicap. A Trade Fair filly from Murray, raced by Wally and George Daly. Had no luck really last start. Trapped off the track and did win at 1200 two starts ago when steaming home from well off them. Prepared by Sean Casey. Ridden by Peter Nucky. $9.30 and $2.90. Olga Louisa second. Big run from last. Vital Equine Amusement filly. Graham Ballantyne. Jason Whiting. Third is Minica. Number 3 by Oratorio from Ruby Tawney, Robin Todd Harvey and Sean McGrunny. So waiting on other details to come to hand after the opening event for the day, and Pete sailing back here with Fairview, the filly, having her 7th run today. It's a second win. She'd been placed a few times also along the journey. Now the next on the card will be the running of the sign-on group plate for the 2-year-olds. At 1:34, number 2, Kaskazi is the scratching there. We've got 12 running in the next event of the day. So the first favourite goes down, misses the placings, Seven Castles. We'll get down to Gareth, and he'll be no doubt catching up there with Sean Casey, and also winning rider Peter Nucky very shortly. Unfortunately, Britt unable to get hold of Pete there en route back to the scale. So let's get back to Gareth, who joins winning trainer Sean Casey after this victory of Fairview in the first.
Yeah, Sean Casey joins us here at Fairview. That was a good performance. She had to carry 57 and she set off a hot speed today. They're going 58.77, but she showed her class once again. Yeah, she's you know, probably wrongly typeset that she wanted more ground. She's still learning, and each race in the short courses have had a little excuse. So we're going to hold her back in distance for a while, but you know, hopefully with her breeding, she will get a bit more ground later on. On both occasions when we've seen her win hot speed, she can show a turn of foot over the 1,000 metres. Yeah, well, she's a very proud worker, and Peter actually said, you know, the more speed, the better, you know, otherwise she'll bridle up too hard. And, yeah, she really appreciates the hot speed. Not much of her as well, but she's a strong filly. Very good bodied filly. Yeah, the boys did a good job and they picked out the breeding for her. Yeah, well done. Thanks. There's Sean Casey there, and we'll catch up with Peter Nucky to see what he has to say here. They've gone quick 58.77. Olga Louisa was a good effort back in second, the outsider of the field, and Monika did plenty of work, missed the kick, sat outside the leader, finished third, and the favourite had every possible Seven Castles back into 5th position. We'll catch up with Nux. Could be a big day for Nux. He's ridden the first. Winner, of course, Fabergino goes around today. One of his favourites, and she'll be tough to beat. I think in race number 5, she's an exciting mare. And We'll get Pete's thoughts on the performance here of this filly Fairview, who came off the speed. Pete, you must have been happy in the early stages. There was plenty happening.
Yeah, that's right. It was a small field, but majority of the field had pace, and that sort of mapped good for her, how she won 2 starts back. And Sean's done a good job, and the whole staff there keeping her fresh, because she was heading towards that 1400 at one point, but they come back to the better barrier, and they kept her fresh, and that's what she likes.
Is that her go, 1,000 metres hot speed?
That's what I feel. That's where she won first up when I rode her. I thought the more pace on, the better. She get into a good rhythm on the corner, and she really lets go. She pins her ears back and goes for it. But you never know, as they get older, they might get a bit dour, but at this stage, there's plenty of short races there to have a look at.
First look at the track today. How's it playing?
Yeah, it's perfect. You know, it's in top order. Yeah.
You must be looking forward to burning it up with Fabigino.
Yeah, she's in great order too. It's first up. She's got the big weight, but she's a quality animal, so it'll be exciting to get back on her.
Great start to the day, Maxwell.